Yeah, I think co-working is one of those sort of buzzwords really that describe something that's actually not that new. It used to be hot desking, touchdown desking it's been called as well. So co-working is just a new word for something that's been around for a while. I think what's important is that it's the way work is moving in general. So lots of people are going self-employed. Lots of people have portfolio careers, so even when they're working for an employer, they're also doing other things. Well, I think if I talk personally, when I came to Bath, I wanted to have an office, partly because I was about to have my first child, so my office was about to become the nursery. So I went round Bath with one of the local commercial estate agents, and it very quickly became clear that there was not a lot of property anyway. The property that was around was of fairly low quality. Bath is more designed towards retail, and the offices tend to be quite old-fashioned. And that was any good was quite expensive. So the other thing about Bath is that there's a number of different groups of people involved in creative and tech industries who work for themselves or work in small teams, and they don't really have anywhere central to meet. So a lot of these groups meet in coffee shops, or they just meet sort of once a quarter or so. So one of the purposes of a co-working hub is to bring people together that do still work elsewhere, and Bath doesn't really have that. So we looked at other buildings, none of which came to fruition. And then one day I was approached by a council officer who said, that we may have the space at the Guildhall available. And from that moment I looked around the building and it was just beautiful, and it was just perfect for exactly what I wanted to do, to create this co-working hub. Okay, so some of the challenges with the building really is that it's a very old building, so it's listed, and part of it's Grade 1 star listed, which I understand is the sort of highest rating. So we had some issues over the refurbishment. We wouldn't have been able to afford to refurbish it alone. So we talked to the council, and we put our business case to the council for the amount of jobs we'd be creating, the amount of companies we'd be growing, and most importantly I think for them, the amount of companies we'd be keeping within Bath and not losing to Bristol or London. That's both in terms of graduates and in terms of growing businesses. And the council recognised that, and eventually they awarded us a grant of £500,000 that was voted through Cabinet. So what we're looking for is people who want somewhere to come and work, whether it's just for one day a week or whether it's full time, but they want to also engage with other people, so they get the best of working but also community building as well. And those two things together are critical to making this thing work. We opened middle of July with an official open 1st of August. So we opened our doors and we weren't sure whether we were going to have a deluge of people, whether there was going to be nobody there at all. What actually happened was a lot of people who followed us along the way started to join, and we decided to have free membership for everybody, unlimited access until the end of July. So that enabled us to feel busy from day one. As we showed them around, we always got the same response. They were surprised by how much space there was, and when we got halfway around the building, they started getting quite shocked at that fact. So there's room after room after room, when they thought we'd just be one room. So I think where people thought we'd maybe overplayed it in our marketing, it turned out that they were actually surprised by what we'd done. So that was great. We were always surprising people, and for that reason, our biggest marketing tool was word of mouth. So the way this community has been set up is we always told the members that if there was things we could improve, then they would come to us and tell us. So, for example, we set up monthly town hall meetings. We got all the members together and asked them what had gone right and what had gone wrong. So, through that process of continual improvement, the members told us what was working and what wasn't. And over time, we developed the environment and developed the community, but involved the members along the way. So the members very much felt that it was their project, and what we've ended up with is exactly what they wanted. One of the interesting things at the end of the first year we're finding is that people are starting to grow, and that's by design. So as they grow up, they want to sit together, they want their own private rooms, and we can't currently provide that. So the next challenge for us is to try and work out how to accommodate them, because they tell us instead of moving out, they want to stay within the brand, within the family, and we'd love to do that. We'd love to have them still here, but that's a challenge for us.